Hi folks, and welcome to another edition of Bluffers to Buffers. I'm Bob.
And I'm Ben, and this isn't as advertised, Bob. I know last week we said we were going to be doing a bit about the upper level.
Yeah.
Well, I've put that back a week, and you'll see why next week.
So I was all prepared for that.
I know you were. I know you were excited. We're all excited. But
I even got the intro right because I was excited about it.
But it was sunny at the weekend, so I did
lovely.
more sitting in the garden than anything else.
What a great idea. What you did?
So what I have done here is taken this old coach from that job lot of stuff that we recently got. Just it's lying in the box on its own, looking pretty sad, and I've made it into that.
Look at that.
And this is a little video showing how I did it, and I've even made some production notes on the back of this envelope from the Automotive Technical Bulletin to make sure that it is vaguely accurate.
That's impressive.
And what I need from you to do is ponder during this video how we're going to title it, because I don't know how we would title it.
Do you know what I'm really good at?
What?
Pondering.
Okay, you ponder it. So there we go, that's the old girl. You know.
Yeah.
It's a Triang. It's a Triang Coach, fairly basic.
Mm-hmm.
Old, not much in the way of details, but did someone a turn, no doubt.
I bet that was a childhood favourite back in the day.
Yes. Corridor, some sort of corridor thing. Don't know exactly what, just it's got a corridor and there's some compartments in there, look. So anyway, we're going to strip it down. My plan was, I know I wanted to do something with it, but I don't really know what. So, you know how we like something old and tired and decrepit.
You do.
Let's bring it back.
Roof.
It's been a while since we've done it, so I thought, let's just do that this weekend.
Is that automotive primer?
Just a grey primer. I did the roof in a satin black primer.
You painted the bogies as well?
Just, because I can get them off, so...
right, okay.
I had a plan. So what I'm going to do first of all is some rust. So we've got some AK Interactive, if I refer to my notes. Dark rust, light rust and burnt umber pigments.
Yeah.
They're basically like weathering powders, and mixed in with some Humbrol matte coat.
Now...
Just dabbing them in areas.
I like what you're doing here. I watched a thing the other day.
Was it the scrap line?
Oh,
Because I've got to say, a lot of this is inspired by what he does, just taking it and doing it completely wrong, but my way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's basically his method, but my interpretation. This episode is not sponsored by Minky Washing Lines.
Minky?
Yeah. So once the matte coat with pigments is dried, we're going to start off now by dabbing the old AK Interactive Worn Effects fluid that we used before. Remember that?
Okay, yeah, I do, yeah.
Dabbing it in all those areas, look, and on some of the other bits as well. Why not? While we're there.
Nice.
And I really was doing it that fast.
I hear you have quick fingers.
Really want to see those fingers.
This isn't the thing that I saw.
No.
It's a different thing I saw. But it was the way you were applying the paint at the time made me think of something else, which I might try on something that
you should. Do. I really enjoyed doing this, which is why I brought it forward to thought I'd show you. Doing the same again here, AK Interactive, like the Worn Effects fluid, just on the bits of rust that we've done and various other. So what that will do is it will ultimately, we can take some of the paint off there.
Yeah. Going back to the primer, how did you prepare the plastics?
I didn't, I just sprayed it.
Just sprayed it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So now we're going to fire on some Vallejo dark brown and dark sea grey. Now, with the benefit of hindsight, after I've done this noticeably with different like grey and brown stripes, but what I did was got carried away with the grey, as you'll see now, and it kind of made it pointless putting the brown on, full stop.
Right.
So what I should have done was just, if you can imagine the stripes going across, in the different colours, because that then is what will show through. I'm going to put more worn effects on now because we want to be able to have varying layers coming through.
Yeah.
So in some areas we'll be able to go right back down to that rust or the black primer, and in some areas we're going to go through to this grey. But had I have done it grey and brown, you'd have then had another colour element, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So the worn effects have gone on, dried, and now just a light grey over the top.
So there's a lot of layering effects basically at this present moment.
Yeah. Because we want that sort of, you see them whenever we go Bluebell or whatever, you see the roofs of carriages and they...
It's almost peeling.
Yeah, exactly that. So now once that light grey's dried, that's just water out of a tap, available from any tap. Just applied onto the paint there, and a fairly stiff bristled brush. And also
the toothpick.
The toothpick on those areas where we put the rust. I want to take it back right the way back down to the rust.
Yeah.
And the toothpick just helps you get back down to that. And if you remember, that's got the matte coat on there, and there's a good reason for that in a minute, and we will see. Again, something perhaps I'm going to have another go at in the future and develop it, because I think it's got potential for a really nice effect.
So you're letting these coats dry completely in between takes?
Yeah, they were sitting on a radiator, so
yeah.
20 minutes on a radiator sort of thing. It's all acrylic paint. As you can see there, just trying to pick down to the rusty bits in places.
Yeah.
No real rhyme or reason to any of what I'm doing, just keeping it random. So now, enamel thinners on those rusty bits.
Yeah.
It sort of wakes up the matte coat, and you can smear down those pigments, if you can see.
Nice.
So it's like it's bleeding out from underneath. That's a really nice technique, and I want to have another go at this on something else. So I think, just a
getting
real
that
nice
bleed is the key, I think.
Yeah. So now give that whole lot a coat of satin varnish. I had seen people using gloss varnish between coats, even matte varnish, but actually the satin worked quite well. Because it's got a bit of a gloss to it, but as soon as you apply the next layer of acrylics, it dulls it right down.
Yeah.
That was straight out of the bottle. No thinners or anything required in that. Now these sets, I bought these a while ago, and this a part of the reason why I did this is I wanted to use some of the stuff that I've bought.
Yeah.
So that's got crimson and cream Coach colours. Again, this is a life colour British Railways Period 1 set. So now we're going to bring the Coach back to the colours it was kind of represented as being originally, with the red and the cream. And I forgot to film the red bit. What I did was blow the cream in, let that dry.
Do the lighter colour first.
Yeah, and then I masked that off and then painted the crimson.
Yeah.
This needed a little bit of thinning down, but not a huge amount, because it's new paint. We were saying the other day with the life colour, we have problems with it drying and getting lumps in it, but this is new, so there was none of that. So there it is. It's not an amazing finish, but we wasn't after an amazing finish anyway. So again, we're back.
Colours are better as well, aren't they?
Yeah, than it was first time round. But because it's all going to be dulled down, it didn't have to be like showroom finish. So again, we've got the water. What we do is brush it on, then with a stiffer brush or a cocktail stick or a toothbrush or whatever, just start having a go at it, keeping it random. And what that's doing is bringing the primer through, and in the areas where there was rust.
Yeah.
What I probably would do next time is try and remember where I put the rust.
What you should do is take a video of it and then watch the video back.
The problem is it's difficult to watch the video back while you're filming on the same device. But actually, in a way, it would kind of work not knowing where it was, if it was a surprise. Oh, there's some rust there. Any ideas what we could call this yet? Or I don't think it's right calling it a scrap coach, is it?
It's an ageing technique.
Because it's the sort of thing you'd see, like we say, when you're at one of these heritage places and you're going up the line and there's like a queue.
It's ready for restoration, isn't it?
Yeah. So now we've done that, back on with the enamel thinners, just to get some more of that rust bleeding out and streaking down.
The rust you put on there, they were the powders, weren't they?
They were AK Interactive, essentially weathering powders, but they call them pigments. Because I think you mix it in with the matte coat. The enamel thinners wakes up the old matte coat. And
was the matte coat enamel, was it?
I don't know, it's a Humbrol matte coat. I don't know.
Oh, right, okay.
It is what it is in the bottle.
Yeah.
I don't think you can get a different kind of matte coat, it's just Humbrol matte coat. Details of where to find all these bits and bobs will be in the description below, and we're both pointing down.
I'm nodding down.
So it's in the description. So that's kind of it. again, with the satin varnish, we want to seal all that in, because what we don't want to do is affect any of that with future bits and bobs. So seal it in. This was I kind of picked up on a few Facebook posts that class 20 that we saw that the bloke had done.
Yeah, that was cool.
He sealed it between every different thing he did, and he used a gloss, which intrigued me. So we're gonna have a little go at that in the future. So now it's weathered black, and what I'm going to do is just first and foremost spray the bottom and the bogies. It doesn't matter if you've got overspray, because we've sealed the top, and actually it's what we want. So I'm just giving the bottom a coat in this weathered black, and then just all over, patchy in places all over the side of it.
Do you at any point adjust the nozzle on the brush to get little lines and things? Or
no, because what you'll see, kind of what I'm going for here is, like we spoke about, the put it on and then take it off technique. So my goal here was just to
larrup it, not larrup
just
it, but
dust.
get it on
Some areas heavier than others. You say about adjusting the nozzle, I'm not good enough with it yet. This is a massive step forward for me. Now I've worked out that actually getting blocked up by bits of old paint move forward massively. So once that's dry, these cotton buds, wicked, pointy
Q-tips.
Pointy cotton buds, again, got them on Amazon. But real nice, and at the other end it's like ribbed for her pleasure.
Really?
With isopropyl alcohol.
Now available everywhere.
Yes. And we're just taking that off. Vertical strokes as the way the dirt would travel. Again, no real pattern to it. Some areas we're leaving more on than in others. But it's just taking it back. But also, you'll note that the satin sheen has gone.
Yeah.
Even on the bits that I've cleaned, once they're dry, the satin sheen's gone. Same deal for the roof. Remember, we sealed that.
Yeah.
We're going to use a dark brown here. This is Vallejo dark brown, as denoted by the darkness of the brown. That's dried, so back on with the isopropyl, pointy cotton buds at the ready.
Except that's not.
Except it's not. There we go. But I'm using the ribbed section for her pleasure.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So yeah, just keeping it again random. So we're getting a build up of different colours, different vibes to it.
I think this is the key. A lot of people, I think, probably look at weathering stuff or aging stuff, whatever you want to call it, and just think they can, maybe like we did when we first started, just you can put a bit of paint on it and make it look old and rusty, but actually the key is layers. Yeah,
and the point of this video, again, was sealing that black in on the coach body, and we're going to do the same with the roof. This was literally as I tried it.
So the only other clear coat here, sealing it all in.
Yeah. The only other one of these I did was for the scrapyard.
Yeah.
This was as I tried it at the weekend. So we're all learning together.
Nice.
There are things I will take from this and do differently next time. So that was Vallejo light brown on the side. You could use some of the life colour, sleeper grime or whatever, but I really like how the Vallejo stuff applies. It's easy to use.
It is very good paint.
So, and again, back with the isopropyl, taking it back. With the pointy end.
Also, what you'll probably find doing that, I guess, is that you'll naturally get the build up in the crevices and the corners.
Yeah. And this is kind of building my confidence up, which actually, when you read all these features in magazines and that, they say, practice on other stuff. It's now kind of building my confidence up to have a go at
that's made a
loco.
A 2 quid carriage now look pretty mega, isn't it?
It's a lot better.
Well, it is. It's pretty mega.
I mean, if I look at it, there's bits I'd probably do differently.
I'd give you 3 quid on eBay for that.
Thanks, mate. Thanks. We pay by PayPal. The old friends and family. Yeah. I'll save on the fees. I might make 50p. But no, ultimately, having done this, I'm now excited to have a go at the next thing. So I'm going to have a go at a loco next and document that. What could possibly go wrong? So that's pretty much it. I'm going to leave the coach side, and now we're going to just a little bit of grime on the bogies, as it were. Are they even called bogies? I don't know.
I thought they were. I might be wrong.
The wheelie bits.
The bits that.
So that is AK Interactive Burnt Jet engine and medium rust pigment, again with the matte coat. Larrap them on, and then when that dried, I've gone on with black, just straightforward black, again pigment. Just dabbing that onto the things with wheels, and a bit of brown in there as well. And then you weight the matte coat up with the enamel thinners again, so you get the texture from the pigment,
yeah,
but it sticks to the thinners underneath. Because you never see these bits being rusty, they're always dirty and grimy, so that's the look I was going for. And this is just again AK Interactive shaft and bearing grease wash just in the springs, and just so you got that little patches of shiny grease. And also there was a framework which held batteries, I guess, and something underneath, which did the same effect to that. Just clipped it back in, and that's pretty much it. So I think I've put the seats back in the wrong place as well, but that's all right. No, we don't need to tell anyone about that, apart from all the people I've just told. So that's what it looked like, and that's what it is now, which is
mega
different. So that's that. What do you think? What are we going to call it then?
Oh, I don't know, because it's a bit relicking, isn't it?
Yeah.
So maybe relicking might be the right word for that.
Yeah, relicking.
Relicking. I use that term in other things that I know about.
Yeah. So a lot of those tips, it has to be said, were taken from the Scrap line. Go check out his YouTube channel, really inspiring, got me keen to do this. And this is just another little trailer for our channel, so if you like this or are vaguely interested in this, please do like, and please leave a comment. Bobby loves the comments, I love the comments.
I do like
and also
when you read them to me.
Yeah. Subscribe to us as well, because it makes Bob happy and it makes me happy, and if we're happy we make more videos, although that's not really, because if people didn't like it then why not?
What happened if we were sad?
We wouldn't make any videos and we'd just walk around and look all sad.
That's making me sad.
Don't be sad, but definitely next week, be happy, definitely next week, Bobby, we're coming back with the upper layer.
Yep.
Big developments, and also we've had some more bits and bobs done by Mr. Neville Grove as well, so we'll take a look at them.
You can't help yourself.
No, I know. It's exciting. So, that was that. Thanks for watching.
That.
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, everyone, and catch you soon.
Cheers, bye.
Thanks for everything. Bye.
There you go. Kiev for dinner?
I've no idea.